Hi, I'm Bobby. You all know that, but I want to make a video because I need to say why a company. Now, right now, there are a number of people in the wings ready to do a company because we need a family. It's like a church, but I'm going to be the president. Jesse Coburn is going to be the secretary. We're going to have a company based in Arizona. My daughter Mercy is going to help. And the reason we need a company is because we need walls and outline. What is this company going to do? Now, I've been working on a company for 10 years, and I think I found one because I have an Android. And I used to have an iPhone. My daughter was gracious enough to give me an iPhone, and then I got an Android, and I started searching how to make apps because I wanted to help the Hesperian Foundation put together medical videos. John and I talked about this. John Hand, he's over there in Germany, or in Serbia, depending upon what day it is. And I've been talking to Byron about doing this for a couple of years. But I think we're at the point where a company would help us. I'm going to be the dot prez, and I'm going to be in charge of putting it together because, like Byron said, it's your idea, why don't you do it? And I would much rather have somebody take it and say, bang, here we go, we're going to do this. But what I need, again, is a family. Now, Jesse Coburn and I have done some discussion for quite a while about how this thing works and how to get missions-minded and people going. Jesse has a church in Arizona, in Sierra Vista, and I like him. He's got a lot of good ideas, and so I'm inviting him to be a secretary because he's got a church. He's going to be stable for a while. Byron is going to be traveling. John is going to be traveling. I'm going to be traveling. John is going to be traveling. Aaron is traveling all the time, but we need a nail in the ground, something that we can use to go back to. Now, the company is based on applications for the cell phones, for both the iPhone and the Android. The numbers are amazing. 90% of the people that are going to use apps aren't even born yet. This thing is going to become on our hand, on our watch. We're going to have, Beam Me Up Scotty. All that stuff is coming. And it's amazing to me because we can do so much good with it. Now, John and I have had some extensive discussions about using apps to convey medical information because Tihanya, his soon-to-be wife, is a doctor. Byron and I have been talking about apps, and anyway, we come to the point where how are we going to do this? Now, John is flipping apps. What we mean is downloading apps that work from people who want the app already and they're not satisfied with what's out there. For instance, I needed a mapping program, so I downloaded the very best mapping program, and then I had to download the maps, and then after I got the maps downloaded, I had to locate myself, and then you got to get Google Maps, because when you turn on Google Maps, it knows where you're at, and it says, where do you want to go? It's not a matter of you finding yourself. Now, the other programs seem to be nice, but if it had the front end like Google, and then you could download maps for like Berlin, okay, I understand downloading maps for a place where you might go where you're not going to have internet coverage so that you can work offline, but hey, I got to use the thing, and that's it. So the company it's going to look like this initially, and then I assume that it's going to grow. I don't want to do this on my own. I want to have joint. Now, we were talking to Silas Titus about getting an SBA loan, and he said, why don't you do a business proposal and turn it over to me, and I'll loan you like the $150,000 you need. Now, money is pretty dangerous, and it can go very quickly. My daughter Mercy works for a company where $150,000 is expenses for the companies the guy runs. $150,000 is expenses for a large church. So I'm starting the thing. Jesse's going to be the secretary. His wife is going to be in charge of typing. Mercy is there as a business representative. She's getting a business degree. Jesse is there as a pastor. I put my life in people's hands all the time, and I'm putting my life in the hands of you guys because my mission history is one of getting thumped and beaten and arrested and doing things which are seemingly illegal but are necessary. Smuggling Bibles, smuggling babies, talking to the mafia, getting involved with drug pushers and telling them about Jesus, and getting robbed and beaten and imprisoned and all of that. So the company, Bobby is the president, Jesse is the secretary, the nail in the ground. His wife and Mercy are typists putting together things. Then Byron is the old man in this because he's got lots of training from IBM, and we've got John Hand who's up on apps and things and making apps, and we got Zhong Chang who is out of Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon, Aaron in China, we got Edith in the Philippines, and Veronica in Kenya, and there are a lot more people. The purpose is to find an app that works, download it, go through it and look at it, and then change the face of it, change the way it works, make it more pliable, more usable, flip the app so that it's part of our company. And right now, I'm thinking of using Good Systems Limited because in Chinese it means smooth border crossings. And I want to go back to China, but we flip the app, put our name on it, take care of whatever legal issues have to be taken care of, like buying code or only using common parts from the old app, and then putting the app up on iTunes. Now, iTunes is a bear to get past because even Google itself has trouble getting past iTunes in the iTunes store. So the first thing we have to do is we're going to have to get iTunes. Okay, now, this is the first part of the video. I'm going to do another one, but I want to talk about how we're going to do the company. So y'all come back, and I'll be here.